Hello there, I'm Ben and I am a member of the Raw News team and I'm here with Anish, who is one of our Vice President for Postgrad candidates this year. And I've got a set of questions just to ask you, Anish, about what you might want to do in the role should you be elected. So I think first off, let's just start. Could you just outline some of your key manifesto pledges?
Thank you so much, Ben, for this lovely opportunity. And I must thank, I guess, the Student Union for taking me into consideration. Yes. So, my key, so I'm Anish Pani, and currently I'm pursuing a master's in economics and international financial economics. And I have been an SSLC member for my course, and also like a member of the PG forum for advocating all the things. And additionally, I've also represented as a council member, also like advocating for all the decisions. So I feel like being a postgrad student, I realize there are a lot of issues which were not taken into consideration because I guess first of all, what I wanted to focus is first of all, there is a huge gap in the amount of opportunities between postgrad and undergrad students here in the university. So I wanted to design a departmental representation model in which ultimately I, as a vice president, will allow all the students, all the postgrad students to harmoniously collaborate with the undergrad students, and also indirectly this will help them to get all the opportunities. So so this is the first thing I want to inculcate. And second is, so I have a great thought on this action oriented model. So we want to ensure that all students, whatever course they're pursuing, if they are a postgrad person, they can contribute to this society, and to any person can contribute, can bring a lot of innovative ideas and can empower the community as a whole. And majority I feel is the cost factor. Despite paying a lot of fees, the rental fees has gone high. There is a lot of anomalies regarding visa sponsorship, opportunities of funding. The scholarship percentage has gone down. For my course, for the MSc Economics course, it was only one scholarship per 170 persons, if I'm not wrong. So we have to work on a lot of issues. So these are some basic things I want to work upon.
Awesome. So many postgrad students can feel a bit disengaged from the SU, and as well as societies and different sports clubs, especially when you compare that to undergraduate students. So how would you try to make the SU more inclusive to postgraduates?
I feel, when first, the main issue here is I feel the majority of the postgrad students come from middle to upper middle income classes. So we can say they come from a bit of a humble background. So somehow the financial constraints somehow makes them less confident to allow them to be exposed to sports, because they see a lot of, the sporting and other events are really expensive to access. If we talk about student membership, if we talk about internships, it's very tough for people like who have not had significant experiences in the undergrad program to acquire also spring internships if they're not aware. They're not aware about all the infrastructure that is available here. They're not aware about a lot of things. So I feel, if I want to talk about 4 to 5 issues, first is they're not aware about what all financial scholarships or benefits the university can provide. So it's important we lay a clear and detailed plan on how they can alleviate from the financial struggle. Second is, I feel with postgrad also they are not able to gel with the undergrad due to their issues, or maybe like they feel a bit inferior to them. So I feel understanding mental health and the problem of groupism we have to solve. I guess third point is definitely I feel we have to make for postgrad students. It's a lot of people like I've also heard like they're going to financial difficulties. So making the grocery stores affordable, or making or allowing them to get discounts in sports, or maybe giving more grants, or maybe more scholarships, or maybe more opportunities funded by the university or by government. I feel I want to work on this. And fourth is definitely the major and the most important thing is I feel both undergrad and postgrad through this departmental representation model can something work like, I guess you must have heard about blockchain technology, something like that. There will be a top person, there will be like a ledger type of a thing, and all people can contribute for the betterment for themselves also, and also the symbiotism thing will come. And lastly, I guess the most important thing which we want to highlight here is, um, since I guess the master's course are also only for 1 year, I feel it this is also a bit of disadvantage, because since within a within a very less period of time, a student has to cover a lot of things. He has from how to say, living his home back in India to like settling in a or India or any abroad country for in my case, and they for like coming to a, since I guess if we survey maximum number of postgrad students, they are from international backgrounds, like around 70 to 80% people. So leaving their own home, coming to the country, you have to adapt to new things, and thereafter, like the curriculum goes on, and it's only a year. So I feel working on that is also very important.
Awesome. I think you kind of touched on this a little bit already, but what new services, provisions, or different spaces would you aim to introduce in the role to support postgraduates during their time at Warwick?
I feel first of all, I feel the website which the University of Warwick has, it's very good, but I feel it has to be exceptional, like regarding what all opportunities that are there. If you want to, like for example, let's say I'm going through a bit of a social isolation, what way I can get empowered so that I can transform myself, to a better person, how to get the leadership skills type of a thing. If I want to, let's say, access all the career service and other things, there should be like a concise sort of a thing. For example, a lot of, I guess, postgrad people, like they are from China and other Asian countries, in which we are not being taught the essentials of leadership and other stuff, how to improve public speaking, communication skills, and a lot of various things. I feel we need something like a super app. So I will give an example. There is a app known as Tata Neo. So it is run by the famous company known as Tata. So it focuses on bringing a lot of brand of services. Like it's a super app. So I feel we need a super website in which we have all the things and services listed in a very very informative way, so that any student who, despite from any background, any circumstances, can access the thing in a very refined way. So I feel a great website which has access to all the funding opportunities, scholarship, academic opportunities. Like I'll like say an example. Like I pursue masters in economics here, so a definitive career trajectory is doing an MRes here. But for Warwick, the dates have already gone. Like the period was just for 2 months. So a lot of my friends, they have missed the opportunity. Like around 99% people. So now they're thinking that since like they don't have a lot of skills and other references, so how they will manage to do a good masters in research or maybe do a PhD. So I feel these all things need to be more concise. There everything is available, but it has to be more concise, right?
Awesome. You kind of mentioned, different postgraduate students there from sort of any backgrounds,
Yeah.
and the postgraduate community at Warwick comprises of both masters and PhD students.
Yeah.
So they may have different needs dependent on the level that they're studying at. How would you ensure that you're advocating for both groups' interests?
I feel yeah, for PhD students, I guess the one thing which is advantage is they have funding and a lot of other opportunities. So whatever like expenses they incur, ultimately I feel somehow they are being incentivized. But I feel for postgrad students also, I feel because I guess this is a bit narrowing thing. I feel it's very important that first of all I have three things for postgrad students. First of all, whatever, since like in the prime years of working, they are like doing a research and other stuff. So whatever research or whatever activities they are doing, it has to be aligned with the current market scenario, or whatever innovation they're doing, it must be implemented in the market. For example, if they're doing something like a mathematical model, is it just for theoretical sense, or are they really trying to solve a world problem? So any research or any activity that they're conducting should be, I feel, should be implemented to some solve something market, I guess, design problem. And second is, I feel a lot of postgrad people also in my hearings are also not being exposed to a lot of career and other stuff. Maybe like they're more into academic stuff. Maybe we have to bring more innovation, we have to bring the industry to them, You have to understand that it's good that you are in academic sense, but you have to implement things. I guess for if because since the PhD stuff is very high for the Warwick manufacturing and other stuff, I've heard like their research is supplemented with like the industry standards. But let's say for example, a person like this doing a PhD in physics here, what so is the thing that he's learning is more applied? For example, like he's learning something in materials engineering or something like that, which is very theoretical and is not applying, or he's learning something like maybe let us say he or she is learning something in aerospace field, or maybe say astrophysics in that sense, and he or she gets an internship opportunity maybe in Caltech, to work something better. So I feel with postgrad students, I feel it's important whatever research they do, it has to be implemented in the market. And I feel for masters, I guess I have been very clear and open that funding opportunity has been limited. There is a lot of anomaly regarding visa sponsorship. There's a lot of anomaly regarding a lot of things like career opportunities. They don't have skills. There is a lot of huge disparity between undergrad and postgrad regarding access to opportunities, because 3 years course and 1 year course. And lastly is since I guess a 1 year master's course student, maximum student, I guess I've heard around 80 to 90% people that come from middle to upper middle class. So I feel making some things in campus affordable, like rents or like maybe groceries and other stuff. So this can be better.
Awesome. So, how would you ensure in your role that postgraduate students who come to Warwick from different universities or different countries would feel welcome and supported here?
Yeah, the first thing I feel, I know this is a bit out of touch, is since I guess we are talking about artificial intelligence a lot in these days, since I guess University of Warwick's main students somehow come from mainland China, can't we like maybe install something like a voice recognition or something like in the class, in which they feel open to say speak something in Chinese or something like that, and they can maybe we can understand the essence. And I feel um, for postgrad, definitely like I have to talk with the department and overall all the like HODs or something like that, head of departments, to enable more funding opportunities, more scholarship. Like even I talk with my department of economics, a lot of officials, they were also thinking of bringing a 2 year masters, not something like a 2 year, but increasing the tenure so that a student can even get more skills and can even more get more education, because a lot of 1 year masters are not recognized in a lot of international countries. And maybe like I had a talk with the Roots grocery store and also like with the bus services to make it more affordable. Also, like we want to work with the Warwick accommodation other team to ensure affordability is the main key. And since I feel like with visa and other like immigration stuff, it's very hidden. So I feel there has to be officers, there have to be a lot of officials on the front run to enable the students to know that once they have come, they're doing the masters in the uni, what all countries they can avail to, what all opportunities they have, what all things they can avail. I feel there is a lot of anomalies regarding a lot of things. We have to address this thing, right?
Awesome. So many postgrad students often teach undergraduate students as
Yeah.
well. How would you represent these students' interests?
I feel I don't know in this year, like regarding a lot of postgrad courses, the master student, they're not getting that opportunity to teach. Yes, so I feel it's very important that yeah, if I may make it more precise, that I want to advocate um, to bring a lot of master student, or the students who are pursuing masters, to also be a part of the undergrad, to teach the undergrad students. So if you're comfortable, I got a question, but can you rephrase it better, because I just didn't get the meaning, maybe, right?
Yeah. So there's many postgrad students that teach undergrad students. How do you feel like you could represent these students in your role as VP for postgrads?
Definitely, yeah. So I feel like Yes. So I feel when you teach, I guess this is a very common thing. Humans, I feel our learning curve enhances significantly when we listen and hear, when we listen and visualize things. So I feel teaching is a very important part, and especially with masters and research and PhD students who are looking for higher studies and opportunities, their teaching and vision can allow undergrad students, to not only um, get a great perspective of how like their seniors are performing, but it can also be motivating. But I feel like this is a very bland answer. So if I have to go deeper, I feel teaching is a very important part. And with the amount of the unemployment crisis and other stuff, I feel teaching will be a very profitable role. And if we have like if we connect, and I guess since let's say in our department of economics we have a lot of faculty, and they are all connected with the interest in other stuff. If we also invite students who might not have a sufficient lot of work experience maybe in the industry, but they know the skills and other stuff. If we like in collaboration with the research and other organization, the master student can all the masters or the MRes student can get a lot of insights into what is happening in the industry. So ultimately, along with the teachers also, so they can also imbibe not only through the learning, but they can also impart their learning to the undergrad. I've also felt this with our professors and other people like who are in the faculty, although they're very comfortable and great people, but the age barrier exists. But when you talk to someone who is not that senior in terms of experience and other stuff, and when you see that they are like receiving all the things very well in terms of academics, not only I feel like it will enhance your confidence, but I feel like this will also be beneficial for the economy, because when young people invest in education, when young people who are invested in education get the adequate skills, they can also be a part of their. This is something. This can be indirectly contributing to the gig economy, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Awesome. And then, final question for you today. What do you think makes you stand out in comparison to other candidates for postgrad this year?
Yes, I'll be very honest that a lot of my postgrad friends are like international students, and they also have like a good experience. But with me, the best thing is I already have a lot of leadership experiences in my life. So I have been a part of the United Nations volunteering, and I'm like running my own social enterprise initiative known as Utopia, and we are like working on advocating education, a lot of other initiatives. And in uni also, like I'm a part of the SSLC, so indirectly I know how to advocate policy, how to advocate a lot of things which can help students, like, and I have been addressing a lot of issues also. So indirectly you can be assured that in education and policy implementation, I'll be the best person who you can approach. And since like I'm a person who is very communicative and assertive on the front side, I will try my best. And since like I know the the gruesome side behind groupism and how a lot of casual sexism happens, so I'll try to eliminate all these issues. And moreover, I feel, considering my experience in the postgrad forum, I have represented the council, I have taken decisions. So I feel if my friends invite me to be capable enough to be the part of your forum as the vice president, I'll assure you four things will surely happen. First is the cost of your education and other things will decrease naturally, because I will target decreasing the rents. I will give you a lot of opportunities for funding, scholarships, to get profitable jobs in the campuses only through your skills and research. I will advocate for making your campus experience better by decreasing your anomalies regarding all the things like which surrounds your career. Third is for all my research and uh, postgrads, for my all my research and PhD friends, I'm there for you to allow your skills to be understood by the industry, and you can also be a behemoth. And last is, as a vice president, I will try my best to fulfill all my promises and to implement all the models that I have ensured through my through the discussion. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much. Best of luck next week for the interview, but that's all the questions that I have for you today. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Ben. It was lovely talking to you.